Uh, yeah, so put the. All right. Why can't we see the rest of them? So, so we can start. I think we can switch on the camera. Sunil sir, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Danya? Okay. Okay. So, welcome guys. Welcome to Circulus Vitae. I'd like to introduce our captain, fantastic, Mr. Sunil Shetty, scored the second highest number of goals in international matches among active male players after Cristiano Ronaldo. He's both the most capped player and all-time goal scorer for the Indian national team with 72 goals and 115 appearances. He's the current captain of our national team. It's an honor to have you with us, sir.
Thank you so much.
We have Miss Danya with us. She's an upcoming actress. She made her debut with the Kannada movie Ninna Saniha Ke. Danya is also passionate about fashion and music, and she's an ardent dog lover. The promos of her songs are already breaking records, and everywhere around social media, we see Male Male these days. So it's very nice. It's a pleasure to have you here with us, Danya. We've just, Dr. Roy has joined us. He's a giant in real estate development domain. Confident Group is a 15-year-old conglomerate with multiple business activities spread across India, US, and the UAE. He has won awards for multiple designs and delivering projects throughout the real estate, and all his projects are globally appreciated in Bangalore, in Dubai, in America, and he's loved in Kerala also. He's the honorary consulate of Slovakia. So welcome all of you.
Hi, good evening, Nalpad. And I hope you had a safe trip from Dubai yesterday.
Yes.
I mean today morning.
Yes, it was a good trip from this pandemic. Honestly, it was a very tight time we're having in India. Honestly, so this discussion, what we're having today, is about where the economy is in the world's largest markets, which are sports, movies, and real estate. These segments today are been hit in ways that we would have never even thought of. So let me start with you, Mr. Roy. That what is the current situation of the real estate industry today, and how badly has the pandemic affected this industry?
Good, Nalpad. That's an excellent question that you're asking. And the fact is that the real estate, we'll have to broadly divide it into two sectors. One is the commercial real estate and the residential real estate. Actually, after this COVID, the residential real estate is seeing a huge boom. And in the price sector of 40 to 50 lakhs or 60 lakhs, the simple reason is that this new concept of work from home has created a whole new lot of requirement, big scale of requirement. Just imagine the life of a software executive or engineer before. He used to live in a paying guest accommodation with 3 or 4 people or 2 people together in a single room. He used to go to office and he used to have all the facilities in the office, be it this work environment, be it leisure, be it food, be it other needs. And evening he used to have his dinner and come back and live in his paying guest accommodation. With this paradigm shift onto the work from home, each of the engineer or executive has to create his own work environment. What does that mean? He should have a good home and a good environment to work from. He can no more continue to work from a single room, 3 or 4 people sharing. So he wants to have an individual accommodation. So if you look at the requirement on the residential real estate on the value for money, we are seeing an excellent growth. And I have to say that our month-on-month sales after COVID has been doubling. And this is happening on the value for money. So if you look at somebody who has been living in a paying guest is moving into a studio apartment, somebody was in a studio with a small family, now he needs to have a room for his office, so he moves to a single bedroom. Now with somebody with a small child, from a single bedroom moves to a 2 bedroom. So this creation of an office environment by the executive or the engineer is creating a huge boom in the residential real estate. But I've been, Confident has been strongly concentrating on the residential sector, and we have not concentrated on the commercial sector in the big way. So I believe that with work from home coming in, the commercial real estate could see some realignment and adjustments and things like that. And way forward, work from home is creating a huge demand.
So you're saying that the lockdown has actually benefited the real estate market?
Yeah, I would say that before Christ and after Christ, we can say it as before COVID and after COVID. And and the shift has been, there has been a huge paradigm shift in the mindset of people. Now, when you want to do work from home, the first thing that you need is a good home. So you don't need an automobile, you don't need a car, because your mobility has been limited. So everybody is thinking of having a home, whether rented or owned, and thinking that that is an asset class. So I think suddenly after this COVID, the number one thinking of somebody who wants to buy something may not be a car, but a home. And I'm not doing this real estate sales campaign here. I've been very, very frank in my analysis what is happening. And this is the same that's happening with other developers possibly.
So, sir, you're saying that the residential prices could go up in the future, few months, upcoming months?
Okay, I can be frank with you. We have not reduced a single rupee on the residential prices, and the prices have been stable. So I've seen a lot of people saying that 20% down, 30% down, and those are the people who are nowhere connected with our industry. They've been talking, and the people are within the industry are seeing this. We see that in the next couple of months we could even see appreciation, because we are hitting about a sold out situation many of our housing sector. But unfortunately, what happens in real estate is that all the people who are giving the analysis of discounts are nowhere connected with real estate. So this, from an internal news, okay.
Yeah.
And last month, we had a cake cutting on the closing for the highest sales in the last 1 year. And we know that COVID has been a tough time for a lot of people, a lot of industry and things like that. And this is a sort of a silver lining coming in a tough time, in a difficult environment in the world.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir, for giving us that insight. We've understood that the real estate market is not hit as what we think it is. It is moving forward and has not been in the back seat.
Yeah.
Where you've been actively part with sports also. We've been sponsoring a lot of sports teams. So we have our Indian captain over here, and nice. Our very own BFC captain. So what is your take on this lockdown and how it's affected the sports industry? Before, we used to have matches where you have your fans and the audience in the stadium, but now the matches happening without any fans, no audience, and just the players. What do you think about that? What is your view on this?
Yeah, as far as the finances is concerned and the impact of it on the financial side of the sports is concerned, I may not be able to give the right picture. But just as a player and probably as a fan of football, I can tell you it is not ideal. But because of the last 5 months, we have understood that there are more important things than sports or watching it or enjoyment. What we're talking about is life in stake. So I have understood and dealt with it. It started with the fact when I think Schalke and Dortmund played the first game, and I had to watch the game on telly, which was like 3 months back. And I was thinking to myself that, I'm very orthodox. I want fans in the stadiums. But when I saw the match live on telly, I, to be honest, got the same excitement, because live football gives you a lot of excitement. It is not ideal. It is not the same as going to a stadium and watching, but I think it's very close. It's very close in terms of getting the same feel. So fans probably across the world, especially in India, will acclimatize. They know exactly what's on stake. They know why it is happening. There is a bigger picture here. People's life are on stake. It is just not about, oh, you know what, we're going to miss out on going to a stadium and watching a game. It is more than that. So I think people understand that. And for me, I think that's the way forward until we get a permanent solution. That's the way forward. We have to take care of things, and just the fact that we're going to play in a closed bubble and people can watch us on telly, which also is going to give them a lot of joy, and we're going to take this.
So, what would you say? What was your take as a player, looking forward, looking at your health? The safety measures. How do you think that? Do you feel safe to play around? Because now, recently we heard the whole Chennai team. They went to Dubai and the whole team got corona. So it's not something which you're looking forward to. It's a scary approach where when you're going to go play, there's a risk involved. So
I
how are you looking
I
at it?
I think there is a risk, but the think tanks, the people who have taken a decision, have taken a decision thinking a lot. There is a risk, but they're trying their best to create a bio bubble where we can minimize the mistakes or the chances of someone getting COVID as well as possible. As I said, it's not only onto me. It's not an individual decision. It's about a collective one where they try and gauge the pros and cons. And because we can see with the Champions League, with the La Ligas, with the Premier League, they all started long back, 3 months back. They've all
Yeah.
started. I think the Korean League was the first one to start. So they're making sure that they take as much precaution as possible, as less problems as possible. And yeah, I mean, sports gives a lot of joy to a lot of people. Uh, and I do understand the risk, but I think I'm happy that the sports is going to start. The ISL is going to start, and we as players will take care of ourselves as much as possible and be sensible and be smart and try to play to our best capabilities and give joy to everyone.
Are you looking forward to be back on the field and entertain everybody soon?
Very much, my friend. Very much. I think something that we really missed. It is very uncommon. We all know everyone's life has drastically changed. We haven't played for the last 6 months, so I'm really looking forward to it. Yes.
Being an ardent BFC fan, we've also missed watching you play on the field. So we're looking forward to that.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. And let's move on to the next industry, which is the movie industry, which I honestly, personally feel that which is hit the most, because the theaters have been open, have been shut for at least 5 months now. And you're a new actress who's coming from a legendary family in Karnataka, who is making her debut. So your debut has been stalled with this pandemic. What is your take on this?
The coronavirus pandemic has obviously created a huge hindrance.
Can you be a little louder? I think.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I was saying, the virus has obviously created a huge hindrance in not just our industry, but all industries combined. But specific to ours, if I was trying to tell you, then I could say that it has postponed releases, like you mentioned. For instance, my film was set to release in April, but because of this, we have to push it forward. And apart from the postponement of releases, theaters have not been able to screen films, and our daily wage laborers have been struggling to even make ends meet. So this is probably the worst possible phase that our industry has faced because of the lockdown that was necessitated by the virus. However, we have to keep in mind that safety comes first. Safety is the priority. So taking that into consideration, I think all the industries combined, be it the vernacular languages or the or Bollywood or any other language for that matter, we've all decided to sort of unite in terms of keeping ourselves active, learning new skills, picking up better skills to make ourselves better actors, better filmmakers, while we wait for the theaters to open up. Yeah.
In the meanwhile, OTT platforms have taken to a new level.
Yes.
So they're on another buzz altogether, where everybody's getting onto this platform.
Yes.
And people are very skeptical about going to a theater, watching movies over there. And there are reports saying that, it would take 2 years for the entire Indian film industry to get back onto its feet. So what do you think about that?
I think for India as a whole, our entire economy to recover would take 2 years. So to just specifically say that our industry would take 2 years would be wrong. However, having said that, we do have OTT platforms for release, and it has worked. We've seen many films come up in the last few months. Dil Bechara, for instance, broke a lot of records on these OTT platforms, and we've seen that happen. But when I talk about my own industry, which is a vernacular language, we haven't really reached that stage yet where we have our mass audiences watching, your Netflix or your Prime Video and looking for films there. So we are still looking and hoping that theaters will open up because that is our bread and butter. And having said that, OTT platforms, they give you this great stage to show your film, but at the same time, the whole experience is missing. I mean, I'm sure all of y'all would agree that whole experience of walking into a theater, sitting there with all of that buzz, the music, the vibe, that is still missing. So that we are still unfortunately not, we don't have that yet.
Thank you, Danya. And Mr. Roy, so you're also a producer. So are you planning to get into this sector anytime soon? You have something coming up. How's it been for you? Have you stalled on your projects?
Yes, yeah. We had a mega release of one of the largest Malayalam movie with Mohanlal. It's called Marakkar Arabic Kadalinde Simham. It is in 100 crore movie, and it was supposed to be released in 5 languages. Mohanlal is a big star down south.
Yeah.
But it was a God's grace because we had ran the promo, we had ran the trailer, and the movie was supposed to release on March 26th. That was, and March 19th, that the country went into the lockdown.
Into the lockdown, yeah.
And it is a sad story.
I think we've lost Mr. Roy. I think we'll just wait for him for a minute. I think he's just gone off, man. So Sunil sir, let's. I see a lot of your talk shows, what you do on your Instagram, and I've had that vibe on this thing that all 3 of our panelists have a very good humor. So is this humor which has come on to you during this lockdown, or it's something that you always had before?
Well, I'm sorry, I'm guilty. I never thought that I am what you said that I am, but I think it's just the way it panned out. I never thought I'm going to make it a humorous one. That was just an idea that popped into my head. I'm pretty sure a lot of people will agree that when this lockdown happened, we started chatting with our family and doing video chat much more than what we generally do. That's something that I realized early on I think April, where I started talking to my mom and dad much more than what I usually do. And then only the idea came that, now that I have enough time, and I'm sure a lot of other people also have enough time, let's talk to them and know about them much more. All the people that came into the chat show were the ones that I meet at events, and we exchange pleasantries, and that's it. We say hi, hello, how are you, this, that, and we never talk personal stuff. We never get to sit and chat, and I thought that's a good idea. And then when I was talking to somebody who's a close friend, he said, why not make it on an Instagram platform where people can see, two different personalities from different fields come together and chat. And
Yeah.
that's how it came about. I'm glad that I enjoyed it. I was a little
No,
bit
we
apprehensive.
enjoyed it too, watching you on that. It was we've seen you as a captain and looking at you as a host of a talk show. It was really nice. I personally enjoyed a lot of your chats and talks with these people. And
I think it went well because I didn't took the pressure of being a host. I never
yeah,
thought of being a host. I was just chilling. So I think, yeah.
yeah, I saw you. The first one was with Danish Seth, and
Yeah.
you really enjoyed it. You were prepared with your questions,
Yeah.
which you wanted to ask, and I felt like you've been in Bangalore for so long. Now it's not wrong saying that you're 100% Bangalorean.
I am. I
Because,
want to believe that.
yeah, see, like you have fans all around the country, but Bangalore is home. The fans in Bangalore are different from all over India for you. We look at it that way? Do you also look at it like that?
Thank you so much. True. It is. I feel home here.
Thank you. We are honored to have you as a part of Bangalore.
Thank you so much.
It's a privilege.
Thank you
So
so much.
we got cut off with Dr. Roy.
Omar, my computer decided to go for an auto updation mode and without asking me. So the computer thought he's more brainy and this is the time to.
No, so I was just telling them that, we have a very humorous panel over here. Everybody's got a very good sense of humor. So, especially Mr. Roy, I don't know if you personally interacted with him. He can tickle every part of your bone. You sit with him for 5 minutes and you will be laughing like you've never laughed before.
Thanks. Thank you, Omar, for the compliment. We just had a good laugh 2 days back in Dubai.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Actually, I was in his house and he's launching a few new products. He's been very productive in his quarantine in this lockdown. So he's coming out with a new tea, which is called CTC tea, and even masala. So he's everywhere. There's this Eastern masala. So he's starting something called the Southern masala. So the Southern spice. So he's been busy with that. So you want to tell us something about this new industry you're getting into?
Okay. Let me finish off the movie that we are talking about, and suddenly it got cut actually. So the release was planned on the March 26th and 19th. We had the lockdown coming in, and it was good and bad. The good was that you just imagine a big budget movie coming to theaters and within few days getting locked down and getting stuck. And the bad part is that the movie could not release. But I always see goodness in something when it goes wrong. I feel that possibly that it was the best to happen, and we just got out of the situation because the initial release was planned for March 19th, but some prudence that we moved it to the March 26th. So the movie, I think right now will not be able to release it up to the next year beginning because
you're not looking at an OTT release too, sir.
No. It's a very big budget movie. See, OTT, yeah. OTT is an amazing platform to reach people, but may not be a money returning because see this thing. If you look at all the movies that have been released on the OTT, has been in the past that OTT was one more option of release. It was not the main release. So so this theater feeling, what this thing your co-participants was saying was extremely important. Do you know that I have a nice home theater, but I still go to a theater to get the feel of watching a movie with people around you. Sometimes you might laugh for a joke which you will never laugh alone sitting in your home. You may not. Yeah. So there is that euphoria, there's a feeling, there's the oneness, there's the niceness. There is that whole a lot of enjoyment when you go in the theater. So that cannot be got through an OTT and you are watching it yourself alone. So I would still watch and say that all big movies have to be released on the mega screen. Just think about Bahubali coming on a OTT
online
platform or KGF one coming there, and you will not get the euphoria that you get there. the quality of sound, the quality of even the quality of seating that you get, and even the quality of the air conditioning, which also, and it's a big industry. Okay, and coming back to this CTCT or Southern Masala, these are just hobbies getting into. See, COVID made men like me get into the kitchen, which we have never done before. I mean, I have never done cooking, and if
I went to his house as a guest. He cooked food for me. He made me milk peda, and then he made me a specialty. You know, it's not something a personality like you is often seen doing.
yeah,
And
true.
I even went live on my Instagram when you were doing that, and a lot of people were shocked to see someone like you making tea and making this milk peda. It was a different side, and I feel that you've taken your hobby to a next level.
Thank you, Omar. See, basically what happens is that when there is a difficult time, COVID, this thing, I've never stayed at home for 6 months. So being the Honorary Consul of Slovak Republic, I keep traveling. It's a diplomatic position, so I keep traveling across the world. And on business also, I keep traveling. So when you're 6 months, in one single place, and then you have nothing else to do. I have had a lot of friends getting into drinking or getting into online things and this thing, or getting into some negative sort of thought because we have never been in one place. Like Omar, you are also never been in one place for 6 months. So that is where I decided that let me get into a kitchen which I've never gotten before, and let me also understand the nuances what the chef or my wife goes through, and the dignity of cooking. I mean, that is something very great, and I would salute all the housewives you're doing for their husbands. So I'm not good at cleaning and washing, so I said, okay, let me leave that to the people. To the helping guys who are at home. But let me get into cooking. Once I got into cooking, it's like a really, really addictive one. Okay, you can try with so many masalas and so many options, so many this thing, and every time you create something nice, it's like a discovery, and you feel so happy about it. So that's when I decided. See, tea is a very, very, very simple item, but at the same time complicated because tea powder, milk, and sugar are the only three things required to make tea. But a lot of people think that adding more milk makes tea. Some people think adding more of tea powder makes tea. So what I've done in the 6 months is that I've come with a very good equilibrium between the three, and you get red good tea, what you tasted. And coming out with the 3-in-1 sachet, where somebody has to cut open the sachet and put it, and in 2 minutes the tea happens. It is what do you say that when you're stuck in a situation, it is always better to do something good. I mean, you're alone in an island. There are two ways of doing things. One is that you say that I'm getting totally bored and I'm going mad. And the second way is that get into this thing, sea sport and learn swimming and go deep diving and do things. No, so that's what I've been doing. So I feel a lot of happiness. I know that the world is going under a lot of trouble. People are suffering, and even my close friends, my company, and everything had to be closed down. But at the same time, that we are making use of our productive time is also equally important. So that's what I've been doing.
That's wonderful, sir. That's wonderful. Captain, sir, so what have you been involved in? Something new? What would you like to tell us that you've started off during this quarantine when you've been in this lockdown? Have you started something what you've never done before, you've never been used to, or you've picked on a new hobby, something which is which is unlike you? I'm sorry, I don't think we are able to hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried my hand on cooking, but I miserably failed.
Oh, okay.
But I then went to dishwashing, and I can tell you with a lot of pride that I'm a expert dishwasher. I am very I am very clean and fast in washing dishes. I do it in record timings.
Just like you're on the field.
Yeah, I want to say that. So we, in the first couple of months, we gave a complete off to the house helps also.
Okay.
Both our maid and the cook were given complete off. So the first 2 months, my wife was doing lifting the heavy work at home. the cooking and stuff, and I was trying to be as big a help as possible. So I was doing the cleaning and the dishwashing.
Which is
Sometimes a
completely
lot.
new for you, which you've never
Yeah,
done before.
yeah. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, to be honest. A little bit of laundry also,
Wow,
and it, as Sir said, it gives a different perspective. Probably if this pandemic didn't happen, I wouldn't have done it.
for sure.
So I think in that way, it was something new that I found out. Also, it does not require that much of time and effort. You generally are very complacent because you have so much help around. You generally tend not to do this. But in those 2 months, and let me be very honest, even after my maid and the cook coming back, I still make a point that I do wash dishwashers every day once at least. It might be just the coffee cups, it might be just the utensils for dinner or whatever once, because I enjoy it. I enjoy it, and it's nice. So I think that's one of the skills that I picked up, and I just hope that I can continue it as long as possible.
So, you said you failed miserably while you tried cooking. So can you tell us and all the viewers what was that you tried to cook
Yeah,
that
I
you
I
failed
I
at?
think I think the first day I tried chole,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't do it well. So the water was different and the chole masala was different,
Uh-huh.
and I was completely made fun by my wife. And also, if you're alone, then you will try more. But
More,
because
yeah.
my wife, who is an expert cook, was there to bail me out, so she did the cooking part, and I did the dishwashing. So I did give it a shot. I can make food to survive, but the food that I eat, most of them are boiled
Uh-huh.
and simple stuff, so I can eat for myself. But if there is company, then I will fail. I can make general stuff just to survive. Good that I had
Uh,
company in my wife, so she cooked and I washed dishes.
it's something like teamwork which was going
Of
on.
course, of course, of course, of course.
Yeah. So,
And all
have you felt like your bonding at home has been much
much more.
different
Yes, yes,
because
yes.
of this lockdown?
I,
Families gotten closer. The people who you've been away from, you speaking to them more because you have the time now, usually
that's
which
a
you don't.
great, that's a good point you've made, my friend. I think my parents are in Delhi. My in-laws, my both in-laws are in Calcutta, and I was very notorious in not calling and keeping in touch with people.
Uh-huh.
But because of the lockdown, I made a habit. My wife used to talk to her parents and my parents almost every day, and I should think, what do you talk? Like, what do you talk every day? Pick up a call and hi, did you eat? I like, you don't get bored. There's nothing, like, there is no point. You know what I mean? So once you talk and you're
Uh,
like, you're okay, and you can wait for 1 week and then ask again, okay, you're okay.
again,
But
yeah.
she talks, okay, and then Bindi, okay, and then yeah, we had a chat, and then we made tea, and then she keeps on talking, and I should think, what was this? But now I understood the value because parents love this. It's not
Yeah.
about what you talk, it's just about, being there and listening to them. Uh, and I'm happy now that I can spend more time. We do video chats. I could never do video chats before. I was, but now I have more time and I do video chats with my parents. Also because at the starting you're scared. Your parents are a little bit older. You want to keep a track of them every day. And even with my wife, I mean, although we are married and she stays with me in Bangalore, I keep traveling at least 15 to 17 days in a month. I was always away. Even when I'm in Bangalore, most of the times goes in training, sleeping, eating and snoring. So this lockdown gave us a lot of time to just relax. We collectively did a lot of things together. We did a lot of workouts together. We read together. We watch a lot of stuff on telly together. So it gives a lot of time to bond. Yes.
That's really good. So, do you have a specific workout routine that you'd like to share with us that you followed during this lockdown? Something interesting?
Yeah. Yeah. Inside the house only, I did a lot of stuff. We used to juggle up with if we do a cardio in the morning, then we'll pick up some weights in the evening. A little bit fortunate that I've got a small garden outside,
Hmm.
and we got some dumbbells and all. So I would not make her do double time every day. If I'm working double time, I'll make her do only once,
Once, yeah.
because she doesn't need to. Then once in a week we will definitely take a day break. But if everyone is listening and they want to know something about fitness, please do not eat things that is not required by your body. It's as simple as that. Eat as much as what you need and very less as what you want. We are very, very complacent when it comes to eating. We eat more for enjoyment. We eat because we are happy. We eat because we are sad. We eat because we are moody. Do not do that. That's a big no. You're going to just harm yourself. Eat what you need. Everyone has internet. Everyone has knowledge. Do a little bit of research and see what you need. Just eat what you need. And sometimes, once in a while, depending on who you are, once in 7 days, once in 10 days, once in a month, whatever, take that cheat meal and eat what you want. But generally, eat what your body needs. Please treat it well. It's your own stomach. It's your own system. Don't feed anything that you want. It's not going to give you good dividends. So I think training is all right, but I think a lot of people don't do eating and sleeping right. So sleep a lot. I sleep 10 hours a day. Sleep at least 8 hours a day, and eat right, and you'll be healthy.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. So, Danya, Miss Danya, please tell us about what you picked up during this lockdown, and what one hobby or something that you would like to share with us, which turned out to be something good for you in this period.
Well, to begin, I should mention that the lockdown has been a bit of a roller coaster in terms of emotions and feelings and mental health, which is something I must mention because I feel for everybody, this has been a period of time where you got to understand yourself better. You were able to self introspect and figure out where you were going wrong, what was hurting you, and what you did not have time to pay attention to before when you were so, held up with work and all of your other commitments. You finally had that space where you could breathe and understand what you should be focusing on. So I can say easily that this really helped me put things in perspective in terms of my life, my goals, and
You had a lot of me time.
yeah, I had a lot of me time. And I feel, and when you say hobbies, more than picking up a hobby, I think the ones that I already had, I got to mold them and sort of structure them in such a way that they lead me to my goal. And by that, what I mean is, for an actor, the best homework one can do is watch more films and gain more knowledge from that. So this period of time has given me so much knowledge. I've watched so many different types of films in so many languages, and I've picked up so many different types of techniques of acting, dancing, filmmaking even. So I think that has really helped, and it's helped keep me at bay with my mental health and my emotions. And apart from that, like Sunil sir mentioned, it really helped me connect with my family and with every other person that maybe my relationships were strained. Now they are a lot better because I was able to connect with them. I was able to talk with them over a long period of time, and I'm much happier now. So I have hope that I will come out stronger.
That's really nice. And one question which I have for you is, you're getting into the field where your grandfather was known throughout the state for, and you have a benchmark where he's at the top, is number one. So, where do you see yourself? Do you see yourself coming close to him, or you think you can replicate the success what he had?
See, he's set such a high benchmark for us. All I can say is there's no comparison to my grandfather, that can be said. But apart from that, I can only say I would like to take the legacy forward. I would like to do good work. I would like to imbibe his values in my everyday living and somehow try in my own little way to replicate his life.
How do you feel as being the only girl child from your family entering into this field? You're the first, if I'm not mistaken, right?
I am the first girl child to act in mainstream cinema as a heroine. And to be honest, as challenging as it may come off, it's actually just a responsibility for me because it's my passion and it's something that I really want to do. So I fought for it, and hopefully this will pave the way for more women from my family to enter the industry, because I do think there's a lot of scope in my family itself.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Danya. So, Roy sir, do you have anything to tell the viewers here, give a last input on your real estate industry. Tell people buy more properties, not to invest now, or any insider info what you could give us.
It is more than giving a sales pitch or a real estate advice. See, a lot of people look at me saying that how to create a successful enterprise, okay, a successful company. So I have one line to tell the youngsters who dream big and who dream this thing. So I would say that how to become a successful businessman starts with setting the goals correct. I'm sure that there are a lot of people watching your talk show now who want to become successful entrepreneurs. Your grandfather was a very, very successful entrepreneur. Your dad is a good entrepreneur. He's a good legislator. He's a good politician. So he would also be following the same. But I would like to say that what I have done personally to reach here. If you know that I was working for Hewlett Packard till 97, and then decided to quit and start a real estate company. Today, we are the #1 brand in Kerala, and Bangalore also we are very, very prominent, and we have got into this, entertainment, education. We got a small school in Sarjapur also, which is called as Confident Gear Foundation. But we have gone into a lot of multiple things. And you're the third generation entrepreneur, Omar, and you're doing extremely well in your school, and you're very focused.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Focused, and you have been asking good questions today, and you have been invoking a lot of thought process for us. So as budding entrepreneurs that you will be creating in your school, in your college and things like that, one message I want to give is that set your right role model. If you ask an youngster, you'll say that who's your role model? Bill Gates from Microsoft, or Jeff Bezos from Amazon, or Elon Musk from Tesla. I say that that's a very, very wrong strategy for an youngster. I would say that have smaller goals. You can dream very big. You can dream to be the #1. You can dream to be an Mukesh Ambani of Reliance. But the fact is that every youngster, if he wants to be successful, have to set a role model whom he can understand, emulate, and this practice their techniques. Now even today I will not have Bill Gates as a role model, because there's no way I can understand his personality, no way I can understand his management philosophies, there's no way I can understand his management
You're
style.
not relatable to him.
No, it's not reachable. So that every time I've set a role model, it has been somebody who's local, somebody whom I can emulate, whom I can understand, whom I can overtake. So I would say youngsters that have big dreams, but have small steps, have smaller role models, try to emulate them, try to overtake their business turnovers in an ethical way, not in a very ethical way. See, ethical competition is always possible. So every youngster I say is that try to emulate somebody whom you can relate to, whom you can understand the style and techniques, and try to understand that and then go to the next level. So this will get you to the greatest goal, and there is no shortcut to reaching the top. I've heard people coming for job interviews with me and say, what do you want to become? I want to become the #1 businessman in the world. I said that, buddy, first of all, you become #1 businessman in your village, in your city, then you go to the world. So today I feel that a lot of people lack that step-by-step vision. They want to get into like you asked that what do you want to become, like now we have got Sunilji in this thing. You cannot become the national team's captain, or you cannot become till you become the school captain, right? I mean, so the youngster's first step is not that I want to replicate what Sunilji has done. First step is that how does he become the school captain, then in the university, then the district, then the state. So in business also, the youngsters should start emulating that model, saying that how do I do a small business correctly? How do I pay the salary correctly? How do I manage it? So that the second thing is that if an youngster, or even if me, somebody, if they give me the Microsoft to manage, I will not be able to manage so big, so difficult. So I feel that the message that I want to pass today is more than real estate, is that have a smaller goal, achieve the smaller goals, feel very happy, And be sure that failures will happen. Every successful man had got to failures. You've heard that Abraham Lincoln had failed so many times, and then he went on to become the American president. And he went on to become history. And even today, if you ask that who are the top 5 presidents of USA in the past, Abraham Lincoln's name will come. But he had failed multiple times. So in business also, a small failure does not, you need not go to, I mean, I've seen people say that I failed in business, so I want to go and have a drink and I want to booze, I want to forget it, I want to do that, I want to do this. So that success and failures are part of life, and drinking and this thing, no, assuming that you're in a glory that you're not, is not what you need. When you fail, the same thing happened. When COVID happened, I started working 16 hours a day. My team here will understand that. And we came out with a villa in 775 square feet plot with 1,700 square feet. It's my own design. And even before launch, it is sold out. So what we do is that when we get into difficult situations, try to understand as an entrepreneur that, and also believe in yourself. You can have a team, but you should be detailed. This is to the youngsters I'm saying, that be detailed in the every single aspect of your business. I've heard people coming at the top level and saying that this thing, how is this process? He said, my subordinate does it. Then you are something else, my subordinate does it. So then I said, then why should I hire you? I can hire your subordinate. No? So the success lies in the detail. Success lies, they say that the God lies in the details. So every youngster who's watching this, or somebody who's working, wants to start business, should understand that this getting into detail. And then the second thing, being an entrepreneur, I had a CEO who came for an to start a seed capital in Dubai. I asked him that, why do you want to leave the job as a CEO, well-paid salary? He says that I want a free time. I want to play with my children. I want to get up at whatever time I want. That's why I want to become an entrepreneur. I said, buddy, you don't get in. Entrepreneurship is 16 hours of work, 24/7, 365 days, because it's not simple. So that's what the message I would like to give. And I would like to say that this COVID will pass, and things will be normal, and everything will be glorious back.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So Sunil, sir, what would you like to tell the youngsters, the people watching, that how is the sports, should they still be interested in going out and playing? Should people who dream of being the next Sunil Chhetri of India, should they still dream to go onto the field and play? Will we see India playing for the World Cup in the near future, anytime soon? What do you have to say for that, sir?
Yeah, I think a lot of good stuff Sir has already covered. Very important points for all the ones who are playing sports and who aspire to become someone in the future and take sport professionally. I want to tell them that keep enjoying it. There is no blueprint whether this is what you're going to do and you're going to succeed. It's sports. Everyone wants to play sports. Everyone wants to become someone big. So I can't give you the guarantee, but keep playing. If nothing, you'll be a better person when you play sports. But through your medium, today I want to say something very important that has been bothering me for last few years in particular, but last couple of months, is a lot of youngsters taking drastic decisions because of something going wrong in their lives. And I just want to tell them that, especially the youngsters, no matter what happens in life, no matter what failures you face, just relax. It is just one of the debacles that you have faced. I've scored 350 goals in my life. I've played for my country for 13 years. I've won many games, and we're talking about my celebrations. But I've missed more than 1,500 goals in my life. I've lost so many matches. I've been abused. I've been spat on. In one of the games, when we lost, people spit on my face. I've been abused on my face. My whole family has been abused. You are going to see downs in your life. That's the way life is. Every day is not going to be good. Some days are going to be bad. Some days are going to be horrible. Some days are going to be worse. But that's what life is. Do not give up. Do not start doubting yourself. And for God's sake, for science sake, do not take drastic steps. We are born as human beings. It's a privilege. 30% of the world's population do not have food to eat. If we are eating, if we have shelter, and if we can walk, we are already privileged. Please do not take things too seriously. Try to give your best. If you fail, don't bother. Cry for a couple of days, brush yourself, get back again. Again, you will win. And again, you might lose again. That's how life is. You'll never win all the time. But please do not take drastic steps. Do not get too depressed. It's all right to be sad, but get up again. And that's what sports teaches you. One week you are the hero, next week you're going to be a zero again. Again, you get up, again, next week you're going to be hero. That's the way life is. Nothing is going to be constant. But I just, with folded hands, I'm telling all the juniors, all the young ones, it kills me when I hear in news when kids take stupid, drastic steps. Do not do that. Do not do that. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to fail. And especially in schools and colleges, it's just warming up. It's not even the real game. Once you leave school and college, then the real game starts. So relax. So through your medium, for all the youngsters, please keep playing sports, no matter what you want to be, because sports is going to make you a better human being. It's going to keep you healthy, and just relax, enjoy your life, and be happy always.
Thank you, sir. Spoken like a true captain. You've touched people's hearts. I can promise you on that. Wonderful. Thank you so much, sir. So, Ms. Danya, please, Mr. Roy.
Omar?
Tell me, sir.
Yeah. Can I make a point?
Sure, sir.
Yeah, since Sunilji was talking about the school, children and things like that, it's an extremely well said point, and he has been very candid in accepting that people have spoken negative, and it's not okay that it's not a question of okay. It's been so nice of him to be so frank and so very open. I mean, not very successful captains will talk like this. Okay, I'm really proud of him to be having. I've been very open and candid about it. I'm very, very nicely spoken.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
And to add one more point, Omar, I think I need to talk about you and your school. Okay, you didn't ask me this to talk about it. I've been associated from. I've been seeing your school from the right, the construction happening. Your dad has to be really saluted because he has come out with an extremely different concept of school, the way the school is built, the way the school has been structured. And many times I've told your brother Mohammed Nalpad saying that I feel like being a kid again and going to a school. I mean, or can they join your school as a child? Because
Thank you, sir. That means a lot.
we never had so much of privilege, so much of. Though I studied in St. Joseph's in Bangalore, I mean that you have set an entirely different benchmark in schooling for the new generation. I think you should continue doing that, and you should also nurture the kids. And we want to see more of Suniljis and Danyas in the world.
Yes, sir. And
so much.
lot of views also, sir. We know we are only one, but we are trying to replicate someone like you also here.
Thank you.
Thank you for those kind words, sir. Danya, please tell us what you think people should look at the movie industry. Should people be still willing to go in through your industry, become an actor, though your debut has been halted and you've been facing a lot of issues which you were not supposed to face? Like you're a star kid, so things were supposed to be smooth for you, but it's not. So what's your take on that? If you knew Corona was going to happen, this pandemic was going to happen, would you still jump into this industry, or would you choose something else?
I'd like to begin by thanking Dr. Roy and Sunil sir for their encouraging words. I'm sure it has had a huge impact on all of our viewers. And thank you, Omar, for conducting this discussion so beautifully. And thanks to Nalapad Academy for giving me this platform to be a part of this live session. So coming to your question, yes, I would still go ahead and do what I've always wanted to do, because like I always say, dreams don't work unless you do. So if you have a dream and if you want it to be reality, no matter what obstacle comes in the way, be it a pandemic or be it an internal issue, I think the struggle starts with where you are and what you do to get yourself out of it. So the little that we can do to help ourselves reach there, we will do. However, on the larger scale, it depends on the pandemic itself and our safety and all the precautions. So I would say that if there is someone out there that wants to be an actor, do not stop yourself from getting there. I would say work on your skills, work on your all the qualities and abilities that it takes to be an actor, be a filmmaker. Work on those, and everything else that has to be figured out will be figured out on the larger scale. We're all in this together, so the hope is that we will come out stronger.
Thank you so much. So, guys, we've heard it from the best. The real estate king, Dr. Roy, our captain, Sunil Ji, and the budding star, Danya Ramkumar. Thank you guys for being the first guest of Circulus Vitae. This is going to be memorable, and you guys will always be cherished. And we will remember this down the lane, as we're going to start this off on a regular, have a lot of different people come on board, but this will always remain special. Thank you for giving your insights and making this a wonderful talk show. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Omar, do you need my postal address?
I know your address, sir. No, anytime, anything for you, sir.
You are like a son to me.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
Thank
everybody,
you, everyone.
for being
Thanks
a part
a lot.
of
Have
this.
a good day. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Everybody, take care.